The latest cyber attack hits Anthem, the nation's second largest health insurer. We'll tell you how many people could be affected by this data breach.
If you make minimum wage, some Kentucky lawmakers are trying to give you a raise. I'll explain coming up.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at Noon.
Good afternoon and welcome in from WKYT News. I'm Rebecca Smith. Barbara Bailey has the day off.
I'm Bill Bryant. Here's what's happening at noon. Classes are canceled today at a Central Kentucky school due to illness. School leaders at Model Lab School in Richmond tell us they've had a high number of sick students and staff during this week.
So crews are spending the day cleaning and disinfecting all the rooms. WKYT's Whitney Wetzel is in Madison County with an update.
Laboratory School in Richmond is closed today not because of snow or cold, but because of the flu. Last Friday, school officials started to notice a decrease in attendance due to illness. Throughout the week, those numbers have continued to drop. School officials say from pre-K through 12th grade, there are 729 students. 449 of those make up the elementary school. This week, attendance for elementary students was less than 90%, and the other grades hovered right around 92 or 93%. School officials say typically attendance is at 97 or 98%. The sudden drop was reportedly due to flu cases as well as strep throat. That's why officials closed school today to disinfect and clean.
We've shut down everything, and the facilities crew from Eastern Kentucky University is here, and they are disinfecting everything, every room, every classroom, every office, everywhere.
Dr. Burns says after the school is disinfected, EKU's president or provost will make a decision on whether to reopen the school tomorrow. In Richmond, Whitney Wetzel, WKYT.
Although Madison County schools have used 3 of their snow days so far this year, Model Laboratory School follows EKU, so this qualifies as their first snow day this school year. More than 70 school systems across Kentucky are either closed or opened late today, of course, because of this latest winter storm.
Right. Heavy snow fell into the early morning hours today, causing slick conditions for drivers. The good news is it is all moving out now, and meteorologist Micah Harris says we can turn our attention to warmer weather that's on the way, especially for the weekend. He's joining us live from the Kentucky Sport Boat and Recreation Show at Rupp Arena. Micah.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It looks pretty good out here. You can see back behind me, people are starting to get some things together because it actually kicks off today at 2 p.m. We've got a lot going on. It's Military Appreciation Night. Don't forget about that. That's the big draw here for tonight. And another thing on top of that, it's free parking. You can't beat that. So come on out. We'd love to see you out here. Let's check outside real quick and see what's going on. We do have a few clouds laying out and about, but the snow has finally moved on out. Not really seeing much happening out and about. And look, as we continue to go throughout the rest of the afternoon, we'll call it partly cloudy skies, and temperatures outside at the moment are still very chilly. I mean, we even still have some teens in the far northern zones. We're in the 20s for most locations. You can see 22 degrees there in Lexington. Down toward the southern zones, mid-20s. I think we'll finish off maybe around 30 down south, but for the most part, hey, let's just call it cold. Let's check out the afternoon planner, see what you're going to be seeing the rest of the afternoon. Going off into your evening, it still stays cold. Look, we're really not going to rise that much more. It's just that cold atmosphere that's just sitting over us, bottled up over the moment. But let me tell you this, as we head off towards your weekend gets very interesting. A good interesting, though. We're not talking about really a heavy snowmaker or anything like that. It's kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum. We'll go over the latest forecast. I'll talk all about what's going to be happening here, not just for today, but all the way through the weekend. Coming up.
All right, looks like fun. We thank you very much, Micah. Cleanup is underway after a massive fire at a popular wedding and event venue in Lexington. It broke out around 8 o'clock yesterday morning at the Thoroughbred Center on Paris Pike. That fire destroyed a tack shop, a leather shop, and an apartment. WKYT's Mark Barber has more on if the fire will impact events at the venue in the coming months. Mark?
Now that all the smoke is cleared, we are getting a much closer look at the damage caused by the large fire here at the Thoroughbred Center. The 2-alarm fire destroyed a small business, the Central Kentucky Tack and Leather Supply Store, as well as several offices and 2 apartments. Firefighters battled smoke and flames at the building on Paris Pike for nearly 4 hours yesterday morning. It took more than 60 firefighters and 32 units to get the fire under control. Firefighters tell us a burning candle sparked the flames. We're told the weddings, proms, and conferences planned at the Thoroughbred Center are still on schedule because they are being held on different parts of the property. However, the Thoroughbred Center's general manager says the 100 horse trainers here are affected because their supply store is badly burned, making the loss especially painful for the customers of the small business.
We hate to lose the building, and we feel really bad for Central Kentucky Tack and Leather because they've lost, a lot of their inventory and their business from here, and then the two students that were in the apartment lost basically everything they had, so we feel really, really bad for them.
The Thoroughbred Center is planning to rebuild. They say they won't tear anything down or clean anything up until the fire investigation is complete. In Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, Mark, thank you very much. We understand that the insurance company is still trying to put a dollar amount to the damage in that fire. Well, the search for a missing Kentucky mother and her daughter is continuing here at midday. Glenda Van Hoos and her 11-year-old daughter Ashley were last seen yesterday morning at the Paintsville Budget Inn. The Johnson County Sheriff's Office says Ashley is in danger. They're both thought to be with Stephen Watts, a man who deputies say Glenda had met online. Watts is from North Carolina. Police think they may be headed to that area or to Ohio.
Well, health insurance company Anthem has suffered what could be one of the largest hacks ever. The company says a cyber attack breached a database containing the information of about 80 million customers. Chris Van Cleef has the latest.
The nation's second largest health insurer is the latest to fall victim to hackers. Anthem runs Blue Cross Blue Shield plans in more than a dozen states. The CEO said in a statement the company was hit by a very sophisticated cyber attack. While credit card and medical information does not appear to be compromised, hackers were able to access and likely steal tens of millions of records. Personal information, including social security numbers, birth dates, and addresses of up to 80 million customers and employees.
It is not only breathtaking, but mind-bending in its extent and potential impact, and potentially heartbreaking for consumers who may be affected.
Attorney Dylan Reeves represents dozens of clients affected by a separate medical hack.
Here, where we're looking at name, birth date, address, social security number, under the current American financial system, that's everything you need to ruin someone.
With the move to electronic health records, the medical sector has increasingly found itself targeted by hackers. The Identity Theft Resource Center tracked 42 hacking attacks against the medical industry in 2014, up from 28 the year before. Dr. Robert Waugh is the president of the American Medical Association and chief medical officer at health technology company CSC.
There's an arms race going on between cyber criminals and those of us in healthcare that are trying to protect the integrity of our healthcare information.
Anthem says it does not yet know the entire scope of the attack, but is notifying the people affected, and the FBI is now investigating. Chris Van Cleef, CBS News, New York.
Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield serves 1.2 million members across Kentucky. They employ 1,100 people at offices in Louisville and in Lexington. It's one of the providers offered under Kentucky's Connect Healthcare Exchange. A new $20 million UK healthcare clinic will not be opening until March. The university is renovating the old Turfland Mall into a new clinic. It was supposed to open up last November and was then rescheduled to this month. The Herald Leader says the latest delay linked to limited windows. Earlier this week, plastic tarps were in place where windows are expected to go.
Well, raising Kentucky's minimum wage is a big topic of discussion in our state capitol today. House Speaker Greg Stumbo presented House Bill 2 to the House Labor Committee this morning. WKYT's Phil Pendleton is in Frankfort with how that all went.
The bill passed the Labor and Industry Committee with just 3 people casting no votes. It now moves on to the full House. It would raise the minimum wage in increments, $8 initially to just over $10 an hour by 2017. The bill is sponsored by House Speaker Greg Stumbo. He says the bill isn't just about teenagers working at the local fast food burger joint. He says it's about single working mothers trying to make ends meet. But those representing retail and small businesses spoke out against the bill.
It's become a political issue, if you want to know the truth, and it started with, obviously, the debate in Washington about, and it became a partisan issue, and it's filtered down here.
We will be increasing the minimum wage above 6 of our surrounding states with just the first increment. That causes us concern and will increase our competitive disadvantage to our surrounding states.
And again, the bill now goes on to the House, but the real test could lie in the Republican-controlled Senate. In Frankfort, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Phil, thank you. Stumbo's bill would exempt some businesses that don't meet a certain gross income threshold. Well, the Powerball jackpot is climbing even higher this midday.
There were no winning tickets sold for last night's $317 million jackpot. So Saturday's drawing is now up to $360 million with a cash option of $250.5 million. Meanwhile, Kentucky's newest millionaire is set to come forward this afternoon. The winner bought a $1 million Powerball ticket in Kenton County for last Saturday's drawing. A $1 million ticket was also sold in Boone County.
All right, so a big jackpot on the line this weekend.